Well, of course, quite a very important session here in Midrand as the Pan-African Parliament just got underway in terms of the proceedings. Plenty of speakers, of course, touching on the key issues facing the continent. Representing the Southern African caucus is the chair. Thank you so much indeed for your time. Obviously, a very interesting message, Chair, from the Commonwealth Secretary General saying you have a very important role as MPs to make sure that the continental free trade area succeeds to deal with the issue of trade where the continent is still lagging behind. So something that is very important for this continent.
Indeed, thank you very much. That is a very important matter. However, we need to level the playing field first. We need peace. We need stability in the continent for us to thrive towards economic growth and free trade area zones. We need to have peace. We need to have stability, but we must also deal with issue of corruption. As he said, Africa is very rich, but African people are very poor, and therefore we must claim our space and demand that our mineral resources rotate within the continent so that the people of the continent must prosper. And for that matter, the issue of the conflict that are mushrooming, the coup d'etats that are mushrooming in the continent, they are uncalled for, because we cannot move forward if we are still trapped in such. Democracy must prevail, democracy must be enhanced, democracy must be embraced. We are also wishing the President-elect Lula from Brazil well in his endeavor. And when people of the country have spoken, the sovereignty of that country must be respected, because that is what democracy means.
And obviously, I mean, you're touching on the very important subject matter of the unconstitutional change of government. What can this parliament do in terms of making sure that the youngsters are given opportunities so that we don't see, just that environment where there's unconstitutional change of government?
It must start by amending its own founding document. The founding document says you must have 5 people. Out of the 5 people, 1 at least must be a woman. There's no mention of young people. There's no mention of persons with disabilities. So as a southern region, we are moving that we must amend the founding principles of PAP to include young people, because we have a youthful population in the continent. There's no way where you can put them aside. The people who feel the brunt of poverty and unemployment are young people, and therefore they must occupy these seats in their numbers so that they can stand for their rights.
All right, Chair, thank you so much indeed for your time. Of course, facing quite a very monumental task for the Southern Africa caucus as the Pan-African Parliament business just got underway with quite a number of speakers. You also had the Minister responsible for Justice and Correctional Services, Ronald Lamola, representing the President of the Republic, speaking about the ideals and the aspirations of making sure that this Parliament should be effective in working for the continent. Khayelihle Khumalo, SABC News, Johannesburg.